It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Tool from Denmark. This beer has been brewed at De Proof in Belgium. This is a can of the YOLO Milk. It's an Imperial salty milk stout brewed with caviar and champagne yeast. Doesn't that sound amazing? 500 milliliter can. Believe it or not, this can is 14% ABV. A 14% ABV Imperial Stout. And it's Scandinavian, so it's going to be that wonderful, I'm hoping, that wonderful Scandinavian style stout that's big and thick and rich and dense and lovely. I'll read the can in a moment. There's all sorts of different wording going on. But I was in my local Brewdog in Cardiff today, bought some beers, and this just refused to be left on the shelf. It was one of those, quite pricey. I was like, you know, you walk away, and then you walk back, and then you walk away again. You're like, I'm not paying that for that beer. And then you walk away, and then you come back and you go, I can't leave it there. It's going to cost me another £7 on the train because I know I'm going to get home. I'm going to kick myself for not buying the beer, and it's going to cost me another £7 on the train. So I'm just going to buy it while I'm here now anyway. So it's probably worth the money because of the amount of product that's gone into it, the amount of caviar and the champagne yeast and the lovely roasted malty flavours, and it's going to be great. It's going to be worth the money. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass then. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Already worth the money. I paid £8.50 for this in Brewdog, and just judging by the look of that beer, it looks fabulous. Look at it. 4-finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass, great levels of carbonation. That is a beer to behold. I first started drinking, I'm going to call it Denmark, I'm going to call it a I'm trying to coin the term Scandinavian style Imperial Stout because I first started drinking them, believe it or not, from Sweden, which is next door to Denmark, back about 2012 when I had a friend, still my friend, I met him in December 2017 in Sweden. His name is Johan. Johan used to send me lots and lots of Imperial Stouts and Porters and all lovely Swedish craft beers, and they all look like this. Great tan coloured head, great thick dense body, and they just generally look incredible. Let's get the aroma. It's a mixture of a touch of alcohol, but the first thing I got was a touch of lactose, like a creamy lactosey flavour, touch of alcohol, then some barley malt, and then some oats, a little bit of lactose, coffee, chocolate, caramel. Caviar? I've never tried caviar before. This will be my first time, and I'll be drinking it. Here we go. Cheers, guys. Cheers to my first time tasting caviar ever. Oh. Wow. Speechless. Absolutely speechless. Gotta put that down. The amount of roasted flavours coming through on the beer, that astringency, you get that bitterness from the roasted malt. It's turbocharged. It's turbocharged to a level that It's huge, absolutely huge, and I suspect they used. I was kind of expecting. I was thinking on the way home on the train. I bought this beer today. I was thinking. I was holding this can, reading it today, and I was wondering. Well, I didn't look at the ABV. I only realised it was 14% when I looked at the can tonight in detail before I did the review, and I suspect. I was thinking, why are they using champagne yeast in a stout? Is it because it's that fat, that thick, that dense with the roasted malt in the beer, that it needs that carbonation, that champagne needs just to push through and just to make it feel more like a beer, just to carbonate it a bit more. And after seeing now that it's 14% ABV, I think that's what they've done. I think that they've chosen the champagne yeast to make it feel more like a beer, because I think without that, if you used a regular yeast, I think it would just be too fat and bold, and it would just maybe be stuck in your throat. It's that thick, the density of the beer. So well done on Tool for using the champagne yeast. Just, again, look, it's 14%, and it's created this wonderful head. Tremendous. So they've thought about this long and hard, and they've made it into a 14% ABV beer with a great head because of the yeast they've used. Tremendous idea. Oh. Chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's like drinking. I remember my father-in-law. I went to Italy. I've been to Italy a few times. They live in Italy. I remember going to the supermarket and they were giving out shots of espresso, the little shots of coffee you get in Italy. The little cups it's like give you a caffeine hit, wake you up in the morning type of thing. It's drinking a mouthful of this is like having that big bitter hit that you get from that small tiny cup of coffee. Is it espresso? Is it what? I can't think what it's called now. It's like a double shot of miniature coffee that just, it's really bitter and dense, but it wakes you up. It's like you're awake for the next 6 hours. That's what you get from the roasted malt in this beer. It's big. It's crazy. Even after the third taste, the amount of bitterness in this beer. On the third taste, the first taste did a massive talk. Just had two tastes now, big tastes within a few seconds of each other, and I can feel that alcohol now just ripping through. You can feel it warming the inside of the stomach. But what an incredible Imperial Stout. I tell you, I've had barley wines now, 10, 11, 12, and they've sat in the cupboard for ages. I've even had Imperial Stouts that they're like 12, 13%, and I just left them in the cupboard because I think to myself, is it going to be kind of like too much? I got on with this beer tonight straight away because I was just hyped about it. Just the way the can looks and feels. But this is the best representation of a 14%, 13, 14% Imperial Stout that I think I've ever had on the channel. That head on the glass, the lacing on the glass, it's wonderful. The Caviar, I don't know on that. I've never had caviar as food. I suppose it'd be a little bit salty. Let's see if we can pick up any kind of saltiness here. Yeah, there's a saltiness to begin with, but they do mention that it's salty, an Imperial salty milk stout. So that would be the Caviar, bringing that saltiness. There is a bit of saltiness there. It's a tremendous beer, an absolute tremendous beer. I'll just read this out. It says kaboom, splash, pow, crush, bang, swoof, crack, bam, zap, wham, vroom, ouch, puff, sock, smash, pop, YOLO, milk. All the things that happen to me when I visit regional breweries. All of this is like being punched on the jaw. You were the bloke that reviewed our 3.5% IPA. We sold millions of gallons of it each week, and you're the only one to complain. Pow, bang, pow. This beer is absolutely incredible. Tool, YOLO milk, Imperial salty milk stout, brewed with caviar and champagne yeast. Again, 14% ABV, 500ml can. Bright yellow, love it. Look at the beer though. It talks for itself. It probably didn't even need me to talk about the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel, the fantastic mouthfeel, the great carbonation. I could have just opened the beer and just waved it around a bit at 14%, and you guys are experienced enough to know what an incredible beer. I like this beer enough. It must be the 14% now, I can't speak. I like this beer enough to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.